Have you ever wondered what your body is telling you when it's dark outside? The truth is, most seniors don't recognize the subtle signs their bodies send them at night. The scary part is, many people over 65 don't die suddenly from heart attacks or strokes. Instead, many experience peaceful deaths in their sleep after their bodies have been giving them quiet warnings for months, even years. These little habits, like ignoring discomfort or not feeling like something is dangerous, might be telling you more than you think. In this video, I'll share how simple nightly behaviors could be slowly hurting your body without you realizing it. These habits might be the reason you feel more tired when you wake up, have strange dreams, or even forget things in the morning. Stay with me until the end, because you deserve to feel safe and rested every night. I'll cover 3 common things seniors do at night that could impact your heart, brain, and overall health, and I'll give you simple tips to start feeling better right away. If you care about your health, or the health of a loved one, this is information you need to hear before you lie down tonight. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. The first habit we're going to explore is going to sleep with the TV on. At first glance, this practice might seem harmless or even beneficial. Many older individuals claim that having the TV on helps them fall asleep faster, offering a sense of comfort. The background noise from the TV, whether it's from a favorite show or the sound of newscasters, is often enough to make them feel less alone, especially if they live by themselves. The comforting voices and familiar scenes seem to help fill the silence, offering a semblance of companionship when no one else is around. However, the truth is that this seemingly innocent bedtime ritual might be doing more harm than you realize. The damage caused by leaving the TV on while sleeping could be far greater than you might expect. Let's consider Joe, a 77-year-old man who has lived alone since his wife passed away 3 years ago. Joe is proud of his service in the Marines, and each night, he enjoys watching his favorite westerns before bed. He settles in with a quiet evening of TV, often leaving it on low volume as he drifts off to sleep. The screen stays on throughout the night, flashing light and movement in the background. At first, Joe found this routine comforting. The familiar sounds of the Gunsmoke theme song would gently lull him into slumber, helping him feel calm and secure. But over time, things began to change. Joe started waking up feeling unusually tired. He was more confused than before, often struggling with his balance in the morning. Some days, he couldn't even recall what he had eaten the night before. His daughter, concerned about these changes, took him to see his doctor. After some simple tests, the doctor discovered that Joe's short-term memory was deteriorating at an alarming rate for his age. Joe, when asked about his sleep habits, casually shrugged and mentioned that he always slept with the TV on to avoid feeling lonely. Unfortunately, this is not an isolated case. It's a scenario that occurs with surprising frequency among older adults, many of whom rely on background noise to drown out the silence of living alone. What they don't realize is that this reliance on the TV for comfort could be preventing them from getting the deep, restorative sleep they need. Studies have shown that exposure to blue light from screens and other artificial light sources at night can disrupt your body's circadian rhythm. This rhythm acts as an internal clock, telling you when it's time to rest and rejuvenate. Even when your eyes are closed, your brain stays partially alert while the TV is on. The combination of light, sound, and movement keeps your brain active, preventing it from entering the deep stages of sleep that are necessary for physical and mental healing. Even if you manage to sleep for 6 or 8 hours, the quality of that sleep is compromised. The deeper stages of sleep, particularly stages 3 and 4, are essential for processes such as memory consolidation, immune system repair, and recovery from heart disease. Without enough of these deep sleep stages, you may be setting yourself up for long-term health problems. The National Institutes of Health has found that older adults who are regularly exposed to light and noise at night have a 28% higher chance of developing mild cognitive impairment. This condition is characterized by forgetfulness, slower thinking, and difficulty concentrating, which are early signs of dementia. But the risks don't end there. A disrupted sleep pattern caused by noise and light exposure can also lead to higher blood pressure at night, increased inflammation in the body, and a disruption of blood sugar regulation. Over time, these effects add up, leaving you more vulnerable to heart disease, diabetes, and other chronic health issues. It's important to understand that the quality of your sleep and the way your brain rests at night can have a significant impact on how you feel during the day, your memory, and even your ability to maintain balance. The good news is that this habit is one of the easiest to change. You don't have to give up your favorite shows or feel alone at night. Joe's daughter made a simple adjustment that made a big difference. She set up the TV to turn off automatically after 30 minutes, allowing Joe to fall asleep without the constant flickering light and noise. She also replaced the harsh screen light with a soft glow salt lamp that warmed the room gently without overstimulating his brain. In place of the TV, Joe started listening to soft, soothing nature sounds, like ocean waves or rain gently falling on a roof. He found the background noise comforting, but without the bright lights or the chatter of TV hosts. After just a week of this new routine, Joe reported feeling much clearer and less foggy upon waking up. For the first time in years, he could remember his thoughts when he woke up. A month later, he told his doctor that he felt like himself again. You don't need expensive gadgets or high-tech solutions to improve your sleep. If you live alone and need some kind of sound to help you relax, consider using an old-fashioned sound machine or a simple app that plays calming music designed to help you sleep. Look for options that offer white noise, soft instrumental music, or soothing spoken stories. Anything that doesn't include bright visuals or sudden, jarring sounds is a better choice for sleep. If you absolutely must watch TV, use the built-in sleep timer to make sure the screen turns off on its own. After the screen goes dark, make the room as dark as possible. Consider investing in blackout shades, which are inexpensive but make a huge difference in how well you sleep. If light is something you can't tolerate, try using a sleep mask to block it out. If complete silence feels too unsettling, try creating a relaxing bedtime routine that includes soft, familiar sounds. Audiobooks, especially those you've heard before, can be a great option. They're calming and engaging without being too stimulating. The sound of a warm, familiar voice telling a story is just like having someone sit beside you, offering comfort as you drift off to sleep. It's also crucial to note that sleeping with the TV on doesn't just affect your brain, it can harm your heart as well. When you're exposed to constant stimulation from light and noise, your blood pressure may fail to drop at night, which is a natural process that helps your heart rest. If your heart doesn't get this break, it has to work harder than it should. Over time, this can increase your risk of heart failure, arrhythmias, irregular heartbeats, and even sudden heart attacks while you sleep. These are not exaggerations or scare tactics. These are well-established facts, supported by scientific research. We now understand more than ever how much the quality of your sleep can impact your long-term health. By making one simple change, turning off the TV before you sleep, you can improve the quality of your rest, protect your memory, lower your risk of heart disease, and wake up feeling more energized and clear-headed. For those who live alone, like Joe, it's important to remember that true comfort doesn't come from the noise of a screen. It comes from knowing that your body is getting the rest it needs to stay healthy. The TV may provide temporary comfort, but it could be preventing you from achieving the deep, restorative sleep necessary for overall well-being. Next, we'll look at another common bedtime habit that might seem safe but could be even more harmful to your health. Stay tuned, as we uncover another potential risk to your well-being that many people don't even realize. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. That brings us to the second habit, going to bed thirsty. This is a topic that doesn't get much attention, but it's something many older adults intentionally do every single night. And you might be wondering why. The answer comes from a very real and understandable fear, having to get up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. It's something no one wants to experience. After all, who wants to be woken from a peaceful sleep and have to navigate in the dark? For seniors, especially those with mobility issues, making that midnight journey to the bathroom can feel like a daunting, hazardous task. It can even feel like walking into a trap, where any wrong move could lead to a fall or injury. As a result, many seniors opt for the simple solution of stopping fluid intake after dinner to avoid those late-night trips to the bathroom. But here's the surprising part. This seemingly harmless habit could be raising your risk of heart attacks, strokes, and confusion while you're trying to sleep. Take Carol, for example. Carol is 80 years old, still full of energy and vitality. She's always been an active person, taking regular morning walks. But one morning, Carol didn't show up for her walk. Her friend Nancy grew concerned and decided to call her. Carol, however, wasn't able to answer the phone. When Nancy went over to check on her, she found Carol collapsed on the kitchen floor, weak, confused, and unable to move her left arm. It turned out that Carol had suffered a small stroke early that morning. Thankfully, Carol was lucky enough to survive and get to the hospital in time, but the doctor's diagnosis was startling. Carol was severely dehydrated. Over the past year, Carol had been avoiding drinking anything after 6 p.m. because she didn't want to wake up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. What she didn't realize was that her choice was putting her health at risk. The doctor explained that by not hydrating properly before bed, Carol's blood had become thicker and stickier, especially during the winter when the air was drier and she wasn't sweating as much. Her heart was forced to work harder to pump the thicker blood, which made her more prone to blood clots. These clots, as you might imagine, are one of the primary causes of strokes. When we sleep, our bodies are at rest, and that's when blood clots are more likely to form if we are dehydrated. This issue is scientifically backed by research. As we age, our sense of thirst diminishes, meaning your body could already be dehydrated by the time you realize it. Plus, we lose water while we sleep through various processes, like breathing, sweating, and the dry air generated by heaters and fans. All of this combined makes it very clear that going to bed dehydrated is more dangerous than we might think. Studies from reputable institutions like the Mayo Clinic and the American Heart Association have shown that even mild dehydration at night can elevate blood pressure, disrupt sleep, increase heart rate, and decrease oxygen to the brain. One of the scariest outcomes of dehydration in older adults is confusion or dizziness during the night, which can sometimes be mistaken for the early stages of dementia or cognitive decline. But here's the good news. Preventing this from happening is easier than you might think. You don't have to drink an entire gallon of water or wake up in the middle of the night in a puddle of sweat. The key is being intentional and taking a gentle approach. Doctors recommend sipping a small amount of water, roughly half a glass, about 30 to 45 minutes before bed. It's important not to drink too much all at once, as this could lead to a trip to the bathroom in the middle of the night. If you're concerned about losing essential minerals or keeping too much water in your bladder, you can add a pinch of sea salt or a splash of an electrolyte solution to the water. This helps your body absorb the water better, making sure it doesn't go straight to your bladder. By doing this, you're nourishing your cells while staying hydrated. After Carol recovered from her stroke, she made several important changes to her routine. One of the first things she did was set an alarm for 8:30 p.m. every night to remind herself to drink 4 ounces of water. She also placed a heater in her room to prevent her skin and lungs from drying out. Her doctor advised her to eat snacks in the early evening that were high in water content, such as cucumber slices or small pieces of melon, to stay hydrated while providing her body with essential vitamins. But perhaps the most significant change Carol made was talking to her daughter about installing nightlights and a grab bar near the bathroom. Knowing that she would feel safer if she had to get up at night made Carol feel less anxious, and for the first time in a while, she was able to get a full night's sleep. Many people believe that drinking water before bed is dangerous, but the truth is that dehydration is far more dangerous. When you're dehydrated, your heart has to work harder to pump thicker blood, and your brain becomes more susceptible to confusion and dizziness. Dehydration can also lead to muscle cramps and an increased risk of falls, which is especially concerning at night when you're more vulnerable. Your body needs hydration to rest and heal properly. When you go to bed dehydrated, your body is under stress, which interferes with its ability to recover and rejuvenate overnight. If you want to ensure that your body is fully prepared for the next day, hydration is a critical part of the process. If you're on medication, such as diuretics, that causes you to urinate more frequently, you may need to adjust when you drink water. It's often recommended to drink more water in the morning and afternoon and cut back in the evening. However, don't stop drinking water altogether. Just a few sips before bed can make a big difference. Another good tip is to keep a small glass of water next to your bed. If you wake up in the middle of the night and feel thirsty or dizzy, taking a sip can help stabilize your body and prevent a cascade of problems. We all want to sleep well, but true peace comes not from avoiding necessary habits, but from preparing for them. Gentle hydration before bed isn't just a comfort, it's a matter of health and well-being. It keeps your heart strong, your brain sharp, and your body ready to tackle a new day. Now, let's move on to the third habit we'll discuss. Up until now, we've talked about how something as simple as skipping a glass of water before bed can become a hidden threat. But this next topic is about something that you can't see or touch, yet it has a profound impact on every breath you take while you sleep. Let's explore the temperature and quality of the air at night, and how it can harm your body without you even realizing it. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Just 3 factors to consider. Sleeping in a room that is too hot, too stuffy, or lacks adequate air circulation. Many people don't think about this. After all, you're asleep, right? You've got your eyes closed, and you're unaware of the environment around you. But that doesn't mean your body isn't being affected. The temperature of your sleep space and the quality of the air you breathe in can have a significant impact on your heart, brain, and overall ability to get restful sleep. For older individuals, this can gradually evolve into a serious health risk, as the body doesn't regulate temperature or oxygen as efficiently as it once did. Let me share the story of Frank. He's 83 years old and has lived in the same house for nearly 50 years. A retired plumber, Frank had always enjoyed having a warm room to sleep in. He would often say, "I grew up in the cold. Now I deserve a little comfort." He maintained a steady 75 degrees Fahrenheit in his bedroom all year round, closing the windows at night, even during spring and fall. While his room was warm and cozy, it was also poorly ventilated. Over time, Frank started to notice a strange sensation of pressure in his chest, as if it were difficult to take a full breath. It wasn't painful, but it was concerning. He also began to feel lightheaded when standing up in the morning, and by midday, he was completely exhausted. His daughter, worried about his symptoms, took him to see a pulmonologist, suspecting it could be the beginning stages of COPD. To her surprise, the doctor didn't immediately focus on lung disease. Instead, he asked, "What's the environment like in his room at night? Is there any air movement? How hot or cold is it when he sleeps?" It turned out that Frank wasn't sick at all. His environment was the culprit. By keeping his room closed off and warm, the air had become stagnant, and the CO2 levels were rising. The air was dry, and oxygen levels dropped during the night, which contributed to that sensation of chest tightness. The warm temperature also added to the discomfort, further compounding the problem. The National Sleep Foundation recommends that the optimal temperature for sleep is between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. When the temperature exceeds that range, the body struggles to cool down, which can lead to restless sleep, shallow breathing, and an increased heart rate during the night. For seniors, whose bodies are already less capable of maintaining a stable internal temperature, this added stress can elevate blood pressure, increase the risk of atrial fibrillation, and leave them feeling fatigued the next day. The body's most sensitive time is while it's sleeping. This is when breathing becomes deeper, the heart rate slows, and the brain enters a repair mode. However, if the air is stifling or if the room is too hot, your nervous system stays heightened, working overtime to either cool the body down or get enough oxygen. Over time, this minor yet constant stress activates the release of cortisol, a hormone that can weaken the immune system and impair memory formation, which explains why Frank felt exhausted despite sleeping for 8 hours. But the solution is simple and can make a world of difference. After the doctor's visit, Frank's daughter made a few minor changes that greatly improved his sleep quality. First, they adjusted the thermostat to 67 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Although it felt a bit chilly at first, Frank's body soon adapted and found it easier to fall asleep. Next, they cracked the window open just a few inches to allow for a gentle flow of fresh air. When the weather outside became too cold, they used a small air purifier with a low fan setting to keep the air circulating. Within a week, Frank no longer complained of tightness in his chest. He said that waking up in the morning felt lighter and more invigorating, as if he could finally breathe fully again. His mood improved, and he even started walking again in the mornings. There's no need to fear getting cold at night. Scientific research has shown that cooler rooms can help people fall asleep faster and enjoy deeper, more restorative sleep. If necessary, you can always add an extra blanket, but it's better to keep the room cool than to bundle up in a warm, stuffy space. One of the most beneficial changes you can make is to add a small fan. It doesn't need to blow directly on you, but the movement of air helps regulate airflow, preventing carbon dioxide buildup and ensuring the room is more breathable. For individuals who use oxygen therapy or struggle with breathing issues, it becomes even more crucial to ensure that the room has adequate ventilation. Many older homes are so well insulated that they trap dust, stale air, and poor circulation. A simple air filter, a slight crack in the window, or a ceiling fan can work wonders in improving sleep quality. These small adjustments not only enhance the air quality at night but also have a lasting impact on energy levels, cognitive function, and mood during the day. Another useful tip is to swap heavy blinds for sheer curtains that let natural light in during the morning. Exposure to natural light helps reset your circadian rhythm, signaling your body to produce more melatonin at night. And don't underestimate the power of fresh air. Even just 10 minutes of outdoor air exposure during the day can significantly improve how your room feels during the night. Though factors like room temperature and air quality may seem like minor issues when it comes to comfort, they are far from insignificant. They play a crucial role in maintaining overall health, especially for older individuals. To rest and rejuvenate properly, your heart, lungs, and brain need the right environment. The quality of your sleep affects every aspect of your day, from your ability to walk without fatigue to how you think. Frank's story is just one example, but it highlights a common issue many seniors face without realizing it: a gradual, unnoticed fatigue caused by factors they can easily control. By improving your sleep environment, you allow your body to do what it was designed to do: heal, recover, and recharge. Now that you're aware of how habits like leaving the TV on at night, neglecting hydration before bed, and overlooking the quality of your sleep environment can impact your health, let's pause and reflect on what we've learned. We began by discussing the negative effects of sleeping with the TV on. While it may seem comforting, the noise and light disrupt your brain's natural rhythm, preventing you from achieving deep sleep, which increases the risk of memory loss and heart strain. Next, we touched on the importance of staying hydrated, noting that failing to drink enough water before bed can thicken your blood, restrict oxygen flow to your brain, and heighten the risk of stroke and confusion during sleep. Lastly, we focused on the impact of room temperature and air quality. Too much heat or poor ventilation can gradually harm your heart, reduce oxygen levels, and leave you feeling fatigued and mentally foggy upon waking. These seemingly minor issues can add up over time, eroding your health, focus, and overall well-being. But the good news is that the solution is within your control. By making small, thoughtful changes tonight, such as adjusting your room temperature or improving airflow, you can begin taking charge of your sleep and, ultimately, your health. Remember, sleep is more than just a break for your body. It's a vital process for healing and rejuvenation. It's not just about rest. It's about safety, longevity, and preparing for the future. You have the power to make this change tonight. So, if you're still here reading, I'd love to hear from you. Write the number 6 below to let me know you're with me. For more helpful tips, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you never miss out on our videos. Let's reflect on the important lessons we've covered today. Healthy sleep habits are crucial for maintaining good health and well-being. And remember, you're in charge of your health, and every small change you make can lead to big improvements. Thank you so much for staying with me until the end. I hope you've gained some valuable insights today that can make a real difference in your life or the life of someone you care about. Now, I want to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned from this video that you're going to start practicing in your own life? Share it in the comments below, and let's continue this conversation together. And if you found this video helpful, please leave your comment, hit the like button, and don't forget to share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You won't want to miss out on more tips that can improve your health and well-being. Stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.